boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Todd Oliver, and this is my pal Joey. And welcome to Todd Oliver and Friends Storytime. What are you going to read today? It's a book called Amelia Bedelia. Huh? Amelia Bedelia. Amelia the who? Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Amelia Bedelia. I can say it backwards. Go ahead. Amelia Bedelia. What do you think? I think we should read the book. This is a good one. In fact, my wife said it was one of her favorites when she was growing up. Okay. Oh, Amelia Bedelia, your first day of work, and I can't be here. But I made a list for you. You do just what the list says, said Mrs. Rogers. Who's Mrs. Rogers? Well, Mrs. Rogers had a house, and she lived with her husband, Mr. Rogers, and they hired Amelia Bedelia to clean the house. Yeah, boy, they must be really messy. They must have made a mess, yeah. What's gonna happen? I'll read it here. You see, Mrs. Rogers got into the car with Mr. Rogers. They drove away. Yeah, they got sick of living in a mess. All right. They drove away. Where did they go? I don't know. Oh my gosh, they're lost too. That's what you get for getting lost and living in a mess. You don't know where you're going. No, I think you're taking things too far. Yeah, well, go ahead. Okay. Amelia Bedelia got ready to clean the house, and Mr. and Mrs. Rogers, they drove off. Completely lost, yeah. They ain't got a clue. Never mind. Okay. My, what nice folks. I'm going to like working here, said Amelia Bedelia. Yeah, wait till she sees the mess. She ain't gonna like it then. Okay, all right. Amelia Bedelia went inside. Such a grand house. These must be rich folks. But I must get to work. Yeah, I guess she does, yeah. Here I stand just looking. Get to work, kid, get to work. And me with a whole list of things to do. Well, get it done, just don't talk about it. All right. Amelia Bedelia stood there a minute longer. I think I'll make a surprise for them. I'll make them a lemon meringue pie. I do make good pies, said Amelia Bedelia. Well, I hope she does, but she's gonna make a bigger mess doing the pie. Never mind. Get to work, girl. Stop it. Okay, all right. So Amelia Bedelia, she went into the kitchen. She put a little bit of this and a pinch of that into a bowl. She mixed and she rolled. She mixed and she rolled. She rolled down the hill. All right, yeah, that's what she gets from trying to get out of work. Okay, never mind. Soon her pie was ready to go into the oven. There, said Amelia Bedelia, that's done. What do you think? I hope she didn't forget to turn on the oven. Yeah, gonna be a cold pie. I'm sure she turned on the oven. Yeah. You know, one time I tried to double the recipe, how to work out. It didn't. The oven wouldn't go up to 1300. Okay, fine. Now let's see what the list says, Amelia Bedelia read. Change the towels in the green bathroom. Amelia Bedelia found the green bathroom. Well, I'm glad she didn't get lost too. All right. Those towels are very nice. Why change them, she thought. Then Amelia Bedelia remembered, can I go ahead and read? Go ahead. Then Amelia Bedelia remembered what Mrs. Rogers had said. She must do just what the list told her. Well, all right, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia got some scissors. She snipped a little here and a little there, and she changed the towels. I think she might be confused. All right. Is that how you change the towels? All right. I think she's going to be in trouble. Oh, don't worry about it. There, said Amelia Bedelia. She looked at her list again. Dust the furniture. Did you ever tell such a silly thing? Well, I didn't write it, and she didn't either. Never mind. At my house, we undust the furniture, but to each his own way. Amelia Bedelia took one last look at the bathroom, and what a mess. Okay. You saw a big box with the words dusting powder on it. What? Dusting powder. I never heard of that. Well, this was a long time ago. Well, look at that. A special powder to dust with, exclaimed Amelia Bedelia. So Amelia Bedelia dusted the furniture. She dusted the furniture. You mean she took the dusting powder and threw it all over the furniture? Yeah. Oh, man, she's going to be in trouble. That should be Dusty a Knife. That should be Dusty a Knife. You want me to read it? Go ahead. That should be dusty enough. My, how nice it smells. What a messy smelling thing that is. Okay. Draw the drapes when the sun comes in, said the list. Draw the drapes. That means to close the drapes. Yeah, then she looked up and the sun was coming in. She looked at the list again. Draw the drapes. Draw the drapes. It means to close them. She didn't get that. She took out some paper and started drawing a picture. That's what she did, drawing a picture. I guess that's what I'll do. I'll try. Yeah, so Amelia Bedelia sat right down and she drew the drapes. Man, she's confused. Amelia Bedelia marked off about the drapes. Now what? The list said, put the lights out when you finish in the living room. Put out the lights. Amelia Bedelia thought about this a minute. She switched off the lights. Then she unscrewed each light bulb. And Amelia Bedelia put the lights out. So those things need to be aired out too, just like pillows and babies. And, oh, I do have a lot of them. Look what she did. Look what she did. She put the lights out on the clothesline. Man, I ain't seen a clothesline in years. Okay. Well, my pie, exclaimed Amelia Bedelia. She hurried to the kitchen. She hurried to the kitchen, yeah. I hope she didn't get lost. Okay. Just right, she said. She took the pie out of the oven and put it on a table to cool. Now, that's cool, yeah. Then she looked at the list. Measure 2 cups of rice. That's next, Amelia Bedelia said. Amelia Bedelia found 2 cups. She filled them with rice. And Amelia Bedelia measured the rice. Amelia Bedelia laughed. These folks, they sure want me to do funny things. Then she poured the rice back into the container. She measured the rice. She measured the rice and she put it back in the container. Yes. I don't believe it. Yeah. I think she's going to be in big trouble. It's going to be okay. The meat market will deliver a steak and a chicken. Please trim the fat before you put the steak in the icebox. And please dress the chicken. Dress the chicken, yes. Yeah, dress the chicken, yes. Winter summer clothes. When the meat arrived, Amelia Bedelia opened the bag. She took out the steak. And for a long time, she said, yeah, that will do nicely. Amelia got some lace and some bits of ribbon. And go ahead. Amelia Bedelia trimmed the fat before she put the steak in the icebox. She trimmed the fat with ribbon. Man, oh man. I don't think this gig's going to last long for Amelia Bedelia. Now I must dress the chicken. Oh my gosh, why can't the chicken dress himself? Okay. I wonder if she wants a he chicken or a she chicken, said Amelia Bedelia. Amelia Bedelia went right to work. Soon the chicken was finished. Yeah, I think she's finished. All right, okay. Amelia Bedelia, you're finished. Okay, all right. You're not Danish, you're finished. Okay, all right. Amelia Bedelia heard the door open. The folks are back, she said. She rushed out to meet them. Amelia Bedelia, why are all the light bulbs hanging outside? Asked Mr. Rogers. Boy, oh boy, I'll have to hear this answer. The list just said put the lights out. They're going to put her out. Okay, said Amelia Bedelia. It didn't say to bring them back in. Oh, I do hope they didn't get aired out too long. Yeah, I think somebody's an airhead around here. Okay, all right. Amelia Bedelia, the sun will fade the furniture. I asked you to draw the drapes, said Mrs. Rogers. I did. See, said Amelia Bedelia. She held up the picture. Yeah, she drew the drapes, all right. She drew a picture of the drapes. Oh, man, I can just hear it coming now. Here comes the unemployment check. All right. Then Mrs. Rogers saw the furniture. The furniture, she cried. Did I dust it well enough? Asked Amelia Bedelia. That's such nice dusting powder. Yeah, boy, get the dusting powder, destroy the furniture. I guess that's what you do in those days. Never mind. Mr. Rogers went to wash his hands. I say, he called, these are very unusual towels. Yeah, well, Amelia Bedelia is a very unusual girl. Mrs. Rogers dashed into the bathroom. Oh, my best towels, she said. Did I change them enough? Did I change them enough? Asked Amelia Bedelia. Mrs. Rogers went into the kitchen. I'll cook the dinner. Where's the rice I asked you to measure? I put it back in the container, but I remember it measured 4.5 inches. I hope they have a sense of humor. They're going to need it. Yeah, all right. Was the meat delivered? Asked Mrs. Rogers. Yes, said Amelia Bedelia. I trimmed the fat just like you said. It does look nice. That's a matter of opinion. Okay. Mrs. Rogers rushed to the icebox. She opened it. Lace ribbons, my dear, said Mrs. Rogers. The chicken, you dressed the chicken. The chicken, you dressed the chicken. Yeah. She dressed it in a coat, in a hat, yeah, in gloves. Okay. Yes, I found the nicest box to put him in, said Amelia Bedelia. Box, exclaimed Mrs. Rogers. Mrs. Rogers hurried over to the box. She lifted the lid. There lay the chicken. There lay the chicken, yeah, all dressed up and nowhere to go. I'm glad you got a sense of humor. Yes, Mrs. Rogers was angry. She was very angry. She opened her mouth. She was ready to get really mad. But then Mr. Rogers meant to tell Amelia Bedelia she was fired. But before she could get the words out, Mr. Rogers put something in her mouth. It was so good, Mrs. Rogers forgot about being angry. Go ahead. Lemon meringue pie. Yes, I made it to surprise you, said Amelia Bedelia happily. So right then and there, Mr. and Mrs. Rogers decided that Amelia Bedelia must stay. Sure, yeah, like that pie, yeah. She can stay and make more pie, yes. Well, Mrs. Rogers learned to say, undust the furniture, unlight the lights, close the drapes, things like that. Mr. Rogers didn't care. If Amelia Bedelia trimmed all of his steaks with lace, he didn't care. All he cared about was having her there to make lemon meringue pie. And that's the end of the story. She stayed there and made pies forever. Forever, yeah. Now, what do you think is the moral of the story? Well, if you're gonna work for somebody, make sure you understand what they want you to do. Yes. If you're going to tell somebody to do something, make sure they understand what you want them to do. Yes. It can get awfully confusing. Yes. I mean, it's almost as confusing as you are when you read the book. Okay, all right. Make sure you ask questions. Yeah. No question is too silly. Yeah. There's no such thing as a bad question. Yes. There's no such thing as a bad question. All questions are good, because that's how we learn and that's how we grow. And we're all growing, yeah. And we're all going to grow up to be better than we are now, yes. As long as you stay out of trouble and you stay away from the bad stuff, you're going to be the good stuff. And we're all going to read a lot more too. We're all going to read a lot more too. Every Friday here at Todd Oliver and Friends Storytime. So we hope you enjoyed this book here. I certainly did. Yeah, I'm awfully hungry for lemon meringue pie. Well, you know, I think I am too. Yeah, yes. Well, just don't sit there. Go make the pie. Okay, I'll make the pie. And you boys and girls have a nice weekend. Thanks for watching. God bless you.